Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in House Flipper at a job you can't refuse. In the last episode we did this gorgeous bedroom and its ensuite bathroom. And today we will be working on this area through here, which I believe is the kitchen, dining room, lounge, open plan area. And it's quite a big room actually, so we've got to try and figure out how we're going to divide the room up. Right, floor finishes, what's he got? So he's got brown woods, he's got light woods, dark woods, white tiles, quite a lot of different stuff there then. I value both elegance and comfort, especially in my own home. Rely on muted colours combined with darker tones and classic details while arranging this space. Make it look grand. Make it look grand is the main thing then, so rely on muted colours combined with darker tones and classic details. Okay. It gives us quite a large remit. The main thing is make it look a bit classic and very elegant. And I kind of like the dark wood floor, to be honest, because it kind of matches anything. And if it was too pale a floor it might be too bright on the eyes. The darker colour is a more sort of relaxed atmosphere, I think. Make sure we do all the little gaps around windows and doors and things. And we're going to put another one of those big double glass doors in this section there to lead us into the conservatory area. So let's take a look at wall panels. I think we're going to need some sort of tiling for a kitchen area, and then it's all like wood panelling for the walls again, isn't it? So do we go for dark, or do we go for a feature wall in dark and then do some of the other walls in a paler colour and then tiling in the area we choose for the kitchen? So maybe we go for the grey fog for like feature. Do we make got to decide how we're going to break the wall up. Do you know what I think? I'm not quite sure actually. I think one section's going to have to be a kitchen, so we probably want tile. And then one section's definitely going to be like living room, so maybe we can put a feature wall where we're going to put the living room. So maybe sort of where we stood could be like kitchen-y, and then in that corner in front of us could maybe be like living room, and then kind of behind us near the French windows could be that dining room. So you've got kitchen, dining room next to each other, and then like living room sitting area off to one side, and then you've still got free space to get through to the double doors into like a conservatory area, and then the whole room's kind of split up in different sections. Yeah, so we want quite a big kitchen by the looks of that. So the grey fog I think is kind of a feature. Do we make it a feature wall, or do we make it the same colour everywhere? I don't know. I think this end's going to be like the sitting room area along here, so this is going to be like a grey fog feature wall. And then we just have to decide, do we do everything in the grey fog apart from where we tile it, or do we do a couple of colours? Not quite sure about that yet. So let's finish off this one wall first with the grey, and then we'll make the decision about what to do. I mean, it's not an overpowering colour. I think because we've got these great big windows and we're going to put some sort of tiling in, you probably could just do the rest of it in that colour, but you could also put in like a little contrast for like a slightly paler colour, because he also talked about the muted tones, but I've kind of gone for something a bit more solid colour, but it's not a in-your-face colour. I'm not sure I want too many contrasts, to be honest. So I'm thinking dining room sort of over that side, and then kitchen just off to our right here. Do we go for a pale contrast or a darker colour that kind of blends with it for kitchen? And do we put in a contrast wood? The whole game seems a little bit laggy at this particular house. I mean, I've had the occasional lag in other places, but this house seems to be particularly laggy. I don't know if it's just bigger. I'm not sure that it feels bigger, but there's a lot going on, so it's slowing it down a bit. Yeah, I think maybe we do put a little contrast in. I think we're going to try 3 different colours. We're going to try a pale tile, a pale wall with our feature grey fog wall, and then we're going to see if it's too many colours. If it's too many, we might take one back out, but I kind of like the idea of mixing and matching a lot of different things, a lot of different tones. Yeah, so the kitchen I think should be in this corner. I'm just thinking maybe it's better to put the kitchen in first so we know how much of the room needs to be tiled. So it's the custom wooden cabinets. Now what sort of colour should we go for on these? Let's have another look at the mood board. Does that give us any ideas? It doesn't actually show us a kitchen, but he's got pale wood chairs and he's got dark wood chairs. That's not terribly helpful. He's got lots of different variations of wood colours, hasn't he? So I think the elegance is the main feature, not necessarily the particular shades and colours of everything. So I think we're pretty much given free rein. So right, it's the custom wood kitchen cabinets. I think maybe we go for something that looks like a really good quality wood. Maybe we go for the pale, or like the beech or the oak. What about the oak? It's the oaks, because you can see the lines in the wood on the oak, so that kind of shows it's real wood, not one of these fake faux things. So maybe that's the one we go for, because it's like a richer texture, so it's a more upmarket look to the cabinets. So maybe the slightly paler grey or the snowy white, which one? I think he did say muted colours, didn't he? So snowy white and perhaps, right, so if this should go in the corner like so, just make sure we're right in the very corner. There we go. And then we've got 2 like sections of the cabinets, the ready-made section. So this is standing set B, 2 meters, and we're going to change it to the oak colour, because that's the one we've chosen, because we like the wood texture on that, so it looks a little bit more upmarket visually. And then we went for the snowy countertop, didn't we? Right, is everything set to oak? Yeah, and then the snowy countertop. Ooh, the details, what shall we go for? Shall we go for dark? Because it's kind of a greyish colour. Yeah, we'll go for dark on all the fixtures and fittings, right. So let's see if this fits. Which side should that fit? Is that too long? Will that fit? Oh yes, it will. Right, I think we'll do that. And then we'll put the sink set of cabinets over on this other wall. So yeah, it's going to be quite a big kitchen area, isn't it? So like this quarter of the room is probably going to be kitchen. So let's set all of our things. So oak, snowy and dark. That's the settings I've gone for. Let's pop that in here. Oop, not quite up close enough. We need to move that just a tiny bit. Much better. Right. So now our countertop matches the tile that we picked up, doesn't it? Right, what else have we got? Ooh, fridge. Wall hanging corners. Another unit or 2. How about we try and put the fridge next to that? If we're lucky, the fridge will fit next to the sink, and then we'll be able to put the corner cupboard in next to that and rotate like the countertop around next to where the door is. If that doesn't fit, I'm not quite sure how to change it to make it work well, because with the big sections of pre-made units, if this doesn't fit, we're going to struggle a bit, I think, to make it work. Right, so where's the corner cupboard? There it is. Right, so oak, 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 snowy and dark. There we go. Now if this fits next to the door and we'll turn it around, then we are sorted. And then everything else we've got left will form like a little island across here near where our paint pot is. So we've got wooden drawer cabinet. So oak and oak, oak and oak. Dark handles and snowy. There we go. So then we want this to go round and here. Need to move that paint. Let's just get rid of it. I'm not sure we're going to be using it now. What else we got? That's like an end, isn't it? And then so another drawer unit and then like an end. So we've got like a U shape to the kitchen, and I've decided to put the cabinet there. You could put it the other way as well, couldn't you? So it's more close to the bedroom door. You could do it either way around. So this is like the end, yeah, so the left cupboard to the peninsula, so this is kind of like the end of a peninsula. Ah, so that's kind of right on the end, okay. I'm not sure, it might have fit there as well, I'm not sure that it would actually. I think I prefer it where it is though. See, the other alternative is to move that across there and then do it that way or something. So you just see, you know what I mean, you could kind of make a U shape, but you can make it in two different directions. I think I prefer it this way, because then if you have the dining room kind of behind us, you can just walk straight from the kitchen to the dining room. You're not going to kind of walk round the peninsula unit to get to it. Just makes it a bit easier, I think, that way, for foot traffic. Right, now we've got the hanging cabinet, so let's start from the corner because that just helps us place things easier. In the oak again, of course. And we've got two big sets again here, so let's put one up and then put the other up and see if they fit. Maybe we swap them if they're not quite the right one. Right, how's that? That I think fits very well to where the fridge is. I mean, you could bring them down lower so they match the height of the fridge, but I think I prefer them being higher up. So then you've got more headspace for working on the units. Right, then we've got one little hanging cabinet, and I'm hoping that will fit next to the bedroom door, because that would be the ideal place for it. Yeah, it will. Beautiful. I like that. See, if we brought that down to the same height as the fridge, I think that would be a little bit too low. So personally, I'm going to leave it like that, but if you like things being in line, you could bring it down to the same level. Oh, air conditioner, that's above the door, isn't it? Let's pop that in before I forget about it. A little bit of an assembly going on here. Make sure it's fixed so it doesn't drop on anybody's head. Get the wires in nice and tight. Safety first. Other end, all connected. And last one, and tighten them all up. Fix the pipes. And done. Pop the panel on, all done. Right, so that's all the kitchen stuff in, isn't it? So we've just got a few objects now. Crystal carafe. How about we pop this on the peninsula unit, because that will make it easily accessible. And if we're going to put the dining room close by, that will be easily accessible for your dinner guests, won't it? Right, we'll leave the peacock there for the moment, but we'll probably move that into like the more living room area later on. I just want to make sure we've got everything already in here. Right, so I think what we do is we take the tiling from this door round to the main door near the front entrance. So this whole kind of section is going to be the snowy tiles on the wall. And then we've got the feature grey fog wall with the panels, and then we've got the white walls panels that will maybe do the other little bits of wall that we've got left. So I think that's my plan for this room, for the walls at least. And we've got an idea of where we want to put each of the sets of furniture. I think that's going to work quite well for this space and leave you free access around it and mobility through to all the different doors and all the different rooms. We're going to need some more of the white panels and the snowy tiles to finish this room off. I'll just buy one stack because I think that might be enough and I don't want to overbuy. So we'll use all the tiles we've got along this wall and hope that that brings it up to the door frame, because that would be the ideal place for this to end, wouldn't it? And then the section from the door to over by the grey fog we'll do with the panelling that we've got with the white. And then there's another little section at the opposite side of the snowy white tile as well. One short. Oh, we'll use the white panelling. So this is the white panelling. So we do this bit of the wall here, and then that bit over between the grey fog and the snowy panels behind us. And that's pretty much all of it, isn't it? Because with the big sliding French doors all being glass, we don't really need to decorate that, do we? So, because the whole wall is basically glass, which means we need a lot less panels to do the room. So that's one section. Then we just need to do the little concrete pillars between the doors. Right, we don't need to do anything there because that's the grey fog. And then we do this little section here, look, across here. And then we're pretty much done, aren't we? With the walls anyway. Then we can move on to putting all the rest of our furniture in. Then if we're lucky, this stack will be enough to finish it off. So let's go across. Will that be enough? Just a tiny section, not enough. Right, so we'll buy another one. We'll finish that off. We might go around the door frame actually, just to make sure that there's nothing to show around the gaps around the edge of the door. There we go. That's all done, I think. Right, so we can clear up a little bit. Bye panels, thank you. Yeah. Right, so we've got the kitchen in, so pop-ups for lighting. So what should we do? What's it got in here? It's got like a couple of fancy chandeliers. It's both very different again, look. So the Nevis chandelier looks like one of them and the Celestes maybe looks like the other one. So I think I fancy this one as like a huge fancy centrepiece for your room. So are they asking us to put 4 in? I think they're asking us to put 4 in. So if we put them maybe where the signs are, yeah, then they're disappearing as we're popping them in. Look. They are going to ask for the same thing again, aren't they? Yeah, they are. Right, so the dark. So we'll basically put 4 of these around the room maybe. Or do we put something different in the... Do we put the same in the... Yeah, we put the same in. I was just debating whether we put something different in the kitchen, but I think no, because it's all the same room, I think we really need to keep them the same, so let's pop that in as well. Those are absolutely gorgeous, and 4 of them in one room, wow, that's a huge opulent, like, overspend. Right, so it's got kind of traditional looking chairs, so I think maybe the Marcus one is possibly the most like the pictures. Now, what colour do we do that, though? I think the blue is too bright. We definitely don't want the bright colours. I think the blue is too... Is the blue too bright? Yeah, maybe. I think the black is maybe too much. Dark brown, maybe? Maybe the dark brown. Because it's a very traditional colour and it kind of matches our seating, and I don't really want the bright colours. I think I kind of like that idea. So if we make this the like, so you could put them on the 2 walls like that. I'm not sure I like that arrangement though, to be honest. Kira wooden coffee table. I think that's quite a traditional style, elegant, simple table, isn't it? So I think we'll go with that. So if we pop that here, and we keep an eye. Oh, we want a fireplace, so I think we really need to rotate that. We can't look. We can't click on it. Look, we've got a pop-up thing to pick something, and we can't click on it because of the sofa. Right, we're going to definitely need to move the sofa. I think we might rotate that and put the fireplace here. Yeah, it's a fireplace. Yeah, we're going to have to rotate that. I think actually I might prefer it rotated because I'm not sure I like the orientation we've popped them in. Which one do we go for? Quite a few of those are quite elegant. I don't think I particularly like the last two, and I don't like the modern one, but the other four would all work, I think. Well, that's almost like pillars and things. That could be quite the traditional one to go for, couldn't it? I think we kind of want a paler surround. Ooh, do we go for the snowy marble again to match the walls that we've popped in the kitchen and the countertops? I think maybe we do. Which one shall we go for the grey? Grey marble? Yeah. Snowy marble, grey marble, and light for the front. Alright, so if we... You're back different, Mr. Fireplace. Right, there we go. Yes, that's quite elegant. I quite like that. Let's pop it on. We need to move the table. Let's rotate it a bit. We might need to move things around just a little bit to make sure that we're happy with the way it's grouped. We kind of make it like a slightly more cosy spot. I think we need to move this across a little bit to line things up a little better. And then a rug. Oh, I like the traditional red Persian rug. Yes. Let's have a look at the different patterns. I think I'm going to go for the very traditional Persian rug. Is that too big? That might be a bit big. What's the next size down? How about if we rotate? Yeah, that's going to work better, I think. Now we might need to move things just a little bit to make it look that little bit nicer. How's that? Table a little bit across, sort of centralise it with the fire. Yes, I think that's the best way for it to be. Right, what else do we need in the taskbar? Oh, a mirror maybe? Yes, that's what I would have gone for. I like the big one, the Fenestra mirror, and we'll go make it medium and... Do we do a dark edge? How's that? Is that the right size? I think that might work. I think if we go any bigger it's going to be too tall for the space that's left. Now a nice painting. Yes, how about Napoleon crossing the Alps? I think that kind of fits that line. Sort of heroic pose and tales of adventure and daring do. Yeah, I think that fits that line. I think I like the peacock on the coffee table. Yeah. Yep. Right, now I think this is going to be the dining set. Yes. So we want a nice, elegant table. He's got all round tables, hasn't he? But we don't have a round table. Yeah, so his mood board's got all round tables, but we don't have a round one. How about this vintner wooden dining table? That's a very elegant table, isn't it? In the dark wood, I think. I like that. That's kind of pretty. Right, what sort of chairs are you going to offer us for that? He's kind of got the round style back chairs. I kind of think that might be a good one. The Kira patterned chair, if we can get a nice fabric on it. Or maybe the glamour chair. Either of those would probably fit the... Look, see, the ones at the bottom are round and the ones at the top are kind of more oval. So either the glamour or the Kira, I think, best match his mood board. Depends on what the patterns are on the chairs, because we don't want anything too girly. We want something quite manly but elegant, don't we? And that matches our colour scheme if there is something. I haven't really used these. I don't think I've ever used these chairs for anything. They kind of feel a bit French to me, don't you think? Like Louis French. Yeah, that actually could work. Now, how do we do this? Do we put 2 at each side? A little bit further across. Yes, there we go. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, cabinets. So the Kira matches the chairs. It's the same sort of style. It's kind of a French, isn't it? Louis. And that's kind of a matching colour for the table. Yes, it is. Yes, it's. Oh, picture. We've already put Napoleon in, so what else should we put? Yes, how about the picture of the contest? Kind of matches our Louis stuff, doesn't it? Yes. Right, so I think that we might be done with this one. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So there we've got dining room, sitting room, and kitchen area. That's a huge, lovely big space actually, isn't it? I really, really like that. I'm quite pleased with this. In fact, I'm very pleased with this. I think it's turned out really well. Love it. I hope our client likes it as much as I do, because I really, really like that. And I really like that grouping for the sitting room area. And that would work in a smaller space as well, that would. That's beautiful. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy game!